The next property related to cancerous cells is cellular changes. Cellular characteristics changes for the cancerous cells. Cancerous cells generally have a large nucleus, large nucleoli, and unstable microtubules or microfilaments. So this is the general feature of cancerous cells, and the shape and size of the cells also varies. The next property is changes with reference to chromosomes. Chromosomal changes in cancerous cells. Every normal cell or healthy cell is related to the standard chromosome number and standard chromosome structure. In case of human beings, the diploid number is 2n is equal to 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes. The number gets altered, either increased or decreased, due to the changes in the cells of cancer. Also, it is related to the standard structure of chromosome. This standard chromosomal number, chromosomal structure varies, that results in the formation of cancerous condition in the cells. For example, deletions, duplications, translocations related to the structure, chromosomal number related to the cancer are all together called as chromosomal changes with reference to the cancerous cells. The next important feature related to cancerous cells is loss of anchorage dependence. Normal cells require a substratum during cell division for attachment. In cancerous cells, they never depend on the substratum for the cell division, and hence it is called loss of anchorage. The next feature is related to metastasis. In the previous class, we have learned about this term metastasis, which is related to malignancy. Malignancy refers to spreading of cancer, but this spread of cancer, if it moves from a cancerous locality to the non-cancerous locality or healthy locality, we call it as metastasis. Metastasis cells move from one location to another, we call it as cell migration, using the bloodstream of the individual, and induces the cancer formation in the new organs which are healthy. This process is called as metastasis. This is a very special feature related to property of cancerous cells. The next important feature of cancerous cells is loss of gap junctions. Whenever the normal cells grows, the neighbor cells of them, when they come in contact, they form a gap junction which will be filled with a special kind of gap junction proteins referred as connections. Connections refers to the proteins that keeps two cells connected at the gap junction. In case of cancerous cells, gap junctions are absent because of the absence of connection proteins, and hence loss of gap junctions are seen in case of cancerous cells. The next feature is related to the cancerous cells is defective electrical communication. In case of normal cells, when they divide, they have electrical communication between the cells and they proceed or stop the process of cell division. In case of cancerous cells, the electrical communication is totally absent, and thereby they keep on dividing and re-dividing. So defectiveness in electrical communication is another property of cancerous cells. The next property is increased sugar transport is seen in cancerous cells. As the division is rapid in case of the cancerous cells, the supply of energy or nutrients also is more. Thereby, the sugars are transported more into the cancerous cells, and this is another property of cancer cells. The next property is increased glycolysis. Because of the intake of sugars is more, the rate of glycolysis also gets increased in cancerous cells. The next property is presence of viral DNA in cancerous cells, because viral DNA acts as one of the cancer causing agent in case of healthy cells, or in case of healthy cells that triggers cancer. So viral DNA, when it enters into a normal cell, that triggers the cancer. Hence in cancer cells you can find presence of viral DNA. So all these properties or features are seen in case of the cancerous cells.